Here we go then for the start of the first League One race of the season. Scott Dixon on pole position, the reigning champion. Alongside him, the champion of Season 1, Sean O'Byrne, now in the colours of Minardi instead of BAR as before. The drivers look to the lights ahead of them. 5 LED lights come on. When they go out, we'll be racing for the first time this season in League One. The lights are out and the drivers are off. But there's a shunt there, that's Kamui Kobayashi. His race has lasted only 4 turns. Oh dear, that's Sean O'Byrne off the track. Disaster for the Minardi team. DaCosta joins Sean O'Byrne, his teammate, on the sidelines. Oh, that's Fanton! DeResta going for a move on Nakajima into the last turn. And that is the Scotsman back up into P3. He's going to open his account for Season 3. Scott Dixon wins the League One race. He wins the Sepang Grand Prix.
Lights out and away we go. It looks like Daniel Kadeo reacted well to the lights in comparison to DaCosta. And now we're watching the other Leighton House there of Helio Castroneves coming through. But look who's that on the inside. That's Colton Hertzer. Would you believe it? And I think DaCosta has got past Colton Hertzer for the race lead. So DaCosta back into P1 ahead of the American. As we watch Colton Hertzer go off. Kobayashi into the slipstream alongside the Brazilian. I think we're going to see a change for second position. Kobayashi on the inside. And that is sent through into second place, no problem. As we watch Will Power run wide. He's taken out! The Simtech of Scott Dixon! Kobayashi out of the race. Antonio Vinicius DaCosta picks up his second Grand Prix World Series win. He wins the League One race. He wins the Yongam Grand Prix. Lights out and away we go when the cars move off the line. And DaCosta is most extreme in front of Castroneves. Had an absolutely terrible start. And that looks like DaCosta in trouble. That's the race leader. Unbelievable luck. Antonio Vinicius DaCosta is out of the race in the Minardi. As Buemi gets past Castroneves and goes into the lead. So the lead changes twice in a space of just over a lap. As we see Scott Dixon go off the track this time. Sebastian Buemi, on his return to the Grand Prix World Series, wins the Central Grand Prix in League One. A fabulous performance from him. Lights out and away we go. De Vries gets off the line okay. We want to look out for the manner of Roman Grosjean is coming through up from 4th place. It looks like he's in front of Daniel Gadea. Is he in front of Ward and Nick De Vries into turn 1? It looks like he is. It looks like a collision there involving DaCosta and the Leighton House there. Who are about to celebrate their second win of the season, but it's the first for Nick De Vries in the Grand Prix World Series. He wins the Fuji Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Dixon gets off to a very good start. Watch out for Sebastian Buemi alongside in the Leighton House, and also Will Power, who's trying to get through, and Power is ahead of Buemi into second place. And that's Dixon! Dixon, the race is off, he's out! All this contact between De Vries and Grosjean is off the track. It's a 10-second time penalty for the Dutchman. Out of 3 starts this season, he's going to make it 2 wins. Sebastian Buemi exits the last corner, and he's going to win the Kyalami Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go. Da Costa gets off the line as Will Power gives chase. But watch out, Sebastian Buemi, who's coming through on the inside in the second lane house. He gets ahead of Will Power. Buemi up into second place. Oh, there's a wheel off. That's Nick De Vries, who's just been hit from behind. It's Sebastian Buemi. The championship leader is going to be out of the race. His engine has got up in smoke. Behind Sützel is Robin Freins. It looks to make a move. Outburst contact made, and Sützel's off. Antonio Vince Da Costa wins the League One Istanbul Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go as we watch the 2 Minardis get off the front row. Oh, it's a collision of overlap. Huge crash! Huge crash! Nick De Vries takes the lead of the Misano Grand Prix. And De Vries is out! Engine fire for the Dutchman. And that's Da Costa! Antonio Vince Da Costa is slowing! Scott Dixon in the Simtech is going to return to the top step. He wins the League One Misano Grand Prix. Simtech are back on top. It's lights out, and away we go, and the 2 Minardis seems to be getting away well, but Da Costa has got the better of his Dutch teammate. Is going to lead into turn 1 first. It's Nick De Vries yet again in the Minardi. As we see Scott Dixon looking to make up another place at the expense of Kamui Kobayashi into turn 9, and Dixon is through and up into second place. Kobayashi goes off the circuit in the gravel at turn 3 this time. He's taking out the lane house as he rejoins. Kobayashi has picked up a 10-second time penalty for the unsafe rejoin. Oh, that's Da Costa slowing. On lap 7, Da Costa is out. Both of the Minardis are out of the race after 6 laps. And into the lead goes Scott Dixon. And Dixon's in the pits. What's happened to Dixon? It's an electrical problem for the race leader. I don't believe it. Now, is O'Ward carrying a problem there? Because Kobayashi got through on O'Ward rather easily. I think O'Ward has got a problem. He's got a problem as O'Ward. He's slowing quite dramatically. It's the last lap, and Kobayashi is into the lead. Kobayashi will cross over the line first, but Pato O'Ward is going to take his first Grand Prix World Series win. He wins the League One Dijon Bourgogne Grand Prix ahead of Dixon. Kobayashi comes home in 3rd place with the time penalty applied. Lights out, and away we go. De Vries gets off the line well, as does Power, who fends off the second Minardi of Antonio Felix Da Costa behind. Antonio Franco losing the front end of his car, and his race is over on the 3rd lap. And would you believe it, it's a repeat occurrence for Minardi. Antonio Felix Da Costa from 2nd place is out. And Power's race isn't going any further. It's a bad dent to his title challenge as well. And there's a problem for Kobayashi. That's the manner out of the race. He's had a big stunt as he tried to pull off. And this is going to be an easy overtake for De Vries, and the horsepower advantage paying off. Nick De Vries takes his second Grand Prix World Series win. He wins the League One Montage Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. Nick De Vries getting away well, as does his teammate Antonio Felix da Costa, who's got in front of Scott Dixon at the start. There's an instant at the back, and it's Roman Grosjean in the manor who has crashed out at the beginning. As we see Will Power go off the racetrack, bouncing over the curbs. Is he out of the race? I think he is. He's lost the wheel as well, Power. Oh, that's Dixon! And he's out! He's crashed out as Dixon! I can't believe it! Oh, and that's the problem! That's Nick De Vries! Nick De Vries retires from the Hockenheim Grand Prix. And Da Costa will go into the lead. But he's also got an entry problem! Both of the Minardis are out of this! Lopez is through on Sebastian Buemi, and he goes back through into second place. Pato O'Ward wins the League One Hockenheim Grand Prix. It's lights out, and away we go. Antonio Felix da Costa gets off the line very, very well. But watch out, Jose Maria Lopez has got off to a very good start as well, as is Scott Dixon. But Will Power has got off to a shocker. And we've got Pato O'Ward, the race winner in Hockenheim, out already before turn 1. There's Dixon in third place, behind Lopez. As we see Will Power sliding around, he's able to keep the car pointing the right way. Antonio Felix da Costa wins the League One Panonia Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. De Vries gets off to a fantastic start. Da Costa maybe not so as much. Alex Lynn looks to get ahead into second place into turn 1, but it's Da Costa who's in second place, so it's a Minardi 1 and 2 as it was on the grid. And it's an electrical problem for Buemi, which has caused him to come into the pits at the end of the second lap. There is Da Costa. Is he getting out in front of De Vries? He is, you know. Is he in front? Almost. But he is now. Da Costa just about completes the undercut on De Vries to take over the net race lead. And we see Alex Lane pulling off the circuit, and he's out from third place. Antonio Felix da Costa rounds the last turn to win the League One Valencia Grand Prix, with his teammate Nick De Vries in second place to round off a 1-2 for Giacomo Pagliaro's Minardi team. It's lights out and away we go. Lopez getting off to a really good start, but not as good as Kobayashi, who's got the better of him. They're about to go side by side into turn 1 now. Lopez on the outside, Kobayashi on the inside. Lopez keeps his foot in it. They're about to go side by side into turn 2. There's an off involving Will Power and one of the Simtacs. And Power's come back on into the path of someone. Antonio Felix da Costa very, very lucky to stay in this race. But what was Colton Herta doing there? A shocker there from the home hero. Jose Maria Lopez goes off, wrecks his front wing, and hands the position to Antonio Felix da Costa. And we see a blow up for Nick De Vries in third place, in front of Lopez. Does that spell the end of Nick De Vries' chances in the championship? And we see Kobayashi going off as well. He's lost his front wing as Kobayashi from the race lead. And Antonio Felix da Costa, with 3 laps remaining, is into the lead. Antonio Felix da Costa for Minardi wins the League One Buenos Aires Grand Prix. He closes down the championship lead to Scott Dixon. Lights out and away we go. A tremendous start from Jose Maria Lopez, blasted off the line. He's like a missile launching off. He leads ahead of Pato O'Ward as they come towards the first corner of this Curitiba racetrack. As we see the Minardi making contact there with the arrows. It looks like O'Ward is out already. He is. as we watch DaCosta go for it on Kobayashi. Is up into 4th place now behind his teammate Nick DeVries. And you can see DaCosta getting the move on DeVries, and it's no contest there. DaCosta up to 3rd place for Minardi. DeVries hasn't left the pits yet. DaCosta is coming down the pit straight. He's in front of DeVries now. DaCosta on Vern, but Vern is going to be through ahead of him. And we see an entry problem, and it's Nick DeVries, and it spells the end of his title challenge here. Dixon through into 2nd place on circuit. At least we know he's not carrying the problem. And Lopez is now in. There's Scott Dixon, who's now into the race lead. He's firm favourite to win this one. So Lopez through on Kobayashi into 2nd place now. Scott Dixon in the Simtech rounds the sweeping right-hander to win the League One Curitiba Grand Prix. Team manager Scud Woodwis can celebrate once again. Lopez has slowed down. He's slowed down as Jose Maria Lopez. The Argentine is out on the last lap. Kobayashi will take 2nd place, and Antonio Felix da Costa will be 3rd. Only 2 drivers left in the running in the race for the title. Scott Dixon could clinch the title here if he was to outscore his rival Antonio Felix da Costa by a single point. Lights out, and away we go. Kamui Kobayashi getting off poorly from pole position, and that's going to allow Nick DeVries to pull alongside and get through. Nick DeVries is in front of the manor, and look who's coming through. It's Pato Award in the arrows, who's made a tremendous start, but he has to tuck back in behind the Minardi, and he's gone up into 2nd place, has the Mexican. This is a car off. Marco Wittmann in the wall, and he's come together with one of the Onyxes. DaCosta up the inside. Award leaves him enough space, and DaCosta makes an important manoeuvre to go up into 3rd place. Reliability issues and mistakes cost him dearly, and Kobayashi up the inside of DeVries into turn 1. He's back into the lead of the League One San Carlos Grand Prix. And Chris Cavani is not going to see either of his drivers making it to the checkered flag, and that seals it for them. This could be Dixon's chance to make his way through on the Prost. Up the inside goes Scott Dixon, and he's through to 5th place. It's the Kiwi. He's got through. And we see Scott Dixon up the inside of Pato Award. It looks like he's made the move stick. He has done. So Dixon is through ahead of the Arrows driver, and that's enough to move him up into 4th position. A significant move in the title race. And there's a problem for Kamui Kobayashi from 2nd place. More reliability issues cost them. The Midland and the Minardi have touched. Now, what will the stewards make on that? Because if DaCosta gets penalised, in fact, Yamamoto's out. It's a 10-second time penalty for Antonio Felix da Costa. And with that, that will allow Dixon to go up into 2nd place. But DeVries is going to come round to win the League One San Carlos Grand Prix with the penalty as it is. Scott Dixon is going to come round and become the League One Drivers' Champion of the Grand Prix World Series. There he is. Scott Dixon is the Grand Prix World Series Champion for the 2nd season in a row. The 5 highlights are coming on now for one last time in the Grand Prix World Series this season. It's lights out, and away we go. It's a good start for Kamui Kobayashi, the pole sitter. He's got away ahead of his teammate Jose Maria Lopez, but Lopez is trying to fight back, and it's a collision, and Scott Dixon is out already. Before it's even started, Minardi are crowned the team's champions of the Grand Prix World Series. As Vern runs wide, goes for a spin spot. In fact, it's been taken out by Will Power, and Vern's out. Back to Yogadeo on the threat from Lopez is sending one up the inside, and Lopez is finally through on Denny Yogadeo, and that puts himself up into 2nd place, making it a Manor 1-2. It's the race lead that ran into the HRT. Kobayashi will be hit with a 30-second time penalty. You see, oh, that's the Manipula, that's Kobayashi out! Kobayashi retires from the race! At the inside goes, De Vries went way too deep and he got it all horribly wrong. And Yukadeus off the track! He's had a spin as the Aeros driver. He's lost second place to World Power. Jose Maria Lopez exits the last corner. Crosses over the line to win the League 1 Laguna Seca Grand Prix at the season finale. For AGS, Midland and 40, their time in League 1 comes to an end. They are all relegated. Scott Dixon is a double Grand Prix World Series champion.